Hey Brick fans, this is Dave from Brick 101, and today I'm reviewing the McFarlane Toys Five Nights at Freddy's set, Left Dresser and Door, with Nightmare Foxy. This set is number 12821, contains 71 pieces, and retails for about $15 in the United States. There's a link in the description where you can buy this set online. Many thanks to McFarlane Toys for sending me this set for free to review. As a reminder, we are currently running a giveaway on 3 different McFarlane Toys Five Nights at Freddy's sets, and there's a link in the description where you can go enter that contest between now and the end of February 2018. Okay, so let's take a look at Nightmare Foxy. As usual with a McFarlane Toys figure, there's lots of unique detail. The top of the head is definitely a new mold made specifically for Nightmare Foxy. It has some similarities to the one they did for Nightmare Mangle, but definitely some differences as well. Lots of great detail, the wires poking out of the head, the damage on the ears, the eyes look great, very Terminator-like, as well as the loss of the fur over the front of the snout. All looks really great. A lot of the body is reused parts, so we've got those damaged arms we've seen on a lot of animatronics, but painted red for Nightmare Foxy. The torso bib is actually a reuse of Springtrap's torso bib, as far as I can tell, just with new painting. I think it works really well here. You can't really tell unless you look really close that those are the same. Upper legs, pretty standard stuff. The lower legs are the same as the ones as we got on Nightmare. The only thing that I noticed about these lower legs is they seem to leave black residue a lot, or at least mine did. I never had that problem with any of these parts before, but these ones have definitely been marking up my yellow paper. So here's a quick look so you can see how the torso bibs for Springtrap and Nightmare Foxy are the same, but just with new color painting. All of the damage areas are in the exact same spots. There's definitely some similarities between Nightmare Mangle and Nightmare Foxy's head in terms of the positioning of the wires popping out and some of the ear shaping, but definitely differences in the eyes and somewhere the red spots are molded on for Nightmare Mangle. Nightmare Foxy's hand is the same as Nightmare Bonnie's hand, which is a little more round as opposed to the pointy ones we got on previous Nightmares. It is a disappointment they changed this mold, but I expect it had to do with like safety issues with the pointiness of those things, something like that, because it's strange otherwise for them to have changed the mold, but definitely looks like this is what it'll be going forward. Here's a nice group view of all the Fox animatronics we've gotten so far. Foxy, Withered Foxy, Phantom Foxy, Nightmare Foxy, both Mangles, Funtime Foxy, and Lolbit. Lots of foxes covered. I think that might be all of them. No, I guess there's all of Pizza Simulator now, so we've got Rockstar Foxy, etc., etc. But still, quite a few Foxies. And here's a look at Nightmare Foxy with all the other Nightmare animatronics. So we've got Nightmare Freddy, Nightmare Bonnie, Nightmare Chica, Nightmare Foxy, Nightmare Mangle, and Nightmare Balloon Boy. There's only 2 other real main Nightmare animatronics we're missing, which would be Nightmare Fredbear and Plush Trap. And then there's the few non-canon ones like Nightmarione and Jacko Chica and Jacko Bonnie from the Halloween update. So I guess like 5 that we could possibly get to finish out Five Nights at Freddy's 4, but 2 that I think are pretty likely we'll get in a future wave if they keep making sets. Oh yeah, one other interesting thing I wanted to point out about Nightmare Foxy is how they did the head. So the head is permanently up higher, so it doesn't connect to the lower jaw to give him that open jaw look. So basically what they did is they made it so this head has less room for a neck piece to go in. So if you put like regular Foxy's head on here, it goes all the way down. And if you put Nightmare Foxy's head on regular Foxy's body, one second, it will only go the same amount down. So Nightmare Foxy's top head is engineered to always kind of stick up higher than all the other top heads. So that's how they did it, as opposed to, you know, some other method of making it stick up. I'm not super sold on the open jaw look, but it's not bad, and it's an interesting way of differentiating the figures. Thanks everybody for coming to this Nightmare themed barbecue. I hope you are all enjoying your food. Oh, hey there, Nightmare Foxy. You seem to have a hot dog just sticking out of your mouth. It's kind of gross. You shouldn't chew with your mouth open. I can't close my mouth. I can't eat the food. Oh, well, it's really impolite and awkward to see that food in your mouth. I'm just gonna knock it out. I'm so hungry. Looking at the build of the set, this is a really nice representation of the corner of the room with the dresser and the doorway. They've paid lots of attention to detail. The drawer, the middle drawer of the dresser is ajar, just like it is in the game, with some things hanging out. These are all stickers on the front of the drawers, but they look good. Down here we've got 2 toys, the phone and the caterpillar. Don't know if those have official names. I couldn't find anything on the wiki, but they look spot on. Nice molding on those. We've got, again, those wonderful wallpaper bricks for the walls, and there's a little sticker for the light switch. On top of the dresser, we have the lava lamp and clock, as well as a purple fan, really getting all those nice little details in. There's 2 things I wish they would have done with this set beyond what they already did. One is give us a door for this doorway. They gave us some doors back in Wave 1, but since then we haven't gotten many doors. Would have been nice to see the door here rather than just having the frame. And if they'd gone like 1 brick taller, that would have been nice. This does match up right next to the closet pretty well. The closet is 1 brick higher, so that's where another brick would have just made these line up a little bit better. There are a couple quick modifications you can do to the closet to make these line up a little bit better. So I'm going to take the top off the closet, take this side off. I'm going to pull up the flooring in here. Sorry, little Foxy plush. Alright, can leave that. So now that we've done that, I'm going to take this and put it in like so. I think that's how I wanted it, yeah. And can put the door back on like so. And maybe this piece like there. It doesn't look perfect, but that does then, this is a tricky thing to do. Oops. Okay. Once you've done that, then this will line up perfectly next to the dresser. You really need 1 brick of wall space in there. You could, of course, take these things all apart and using the pieces you have, build this as a sturdier connection. But just as a quick fix, oh, let me put the door back together maybe. Just as a quick fix, putting that 1 little bump out there will make these line up like basically perfectly as that part of the room. Again, if you've got extra wallpaper bricks, you could build this up a little bit and build those connected. And if you have more purple plates, you could actually build out the floor here. But just in terms of positioning, I think the height of the closet door matches up really well to the height of the dresser, so that at least is pretty consistent. Obviously, there's also the bed, which kind of goes on this side of the room, but this is probably one of the most complete sections of any Five Nights at Freddy's game we've got, considering these 3 things are pretty close to each other in the game itself. So we're kind of missing the other side of the bedroom and then, you know, a lot of random wall, but pretty good. So hopefully one of the next sets will be like the right side of the bedroom over here. The other nice thing you can do is finally put Nightmare Foxy in the closet and kick out Nightmare Mangle. Since Nightmare Foxy is the main character who shows up in the closet, aside from Halloween Edition, it's nice to move him in there, get that nice little view of him peeking out the closet at you. And now that we have this tiny little telephone and caterpillar, we can also show a lineup of all the tiny little things that we've gotten that aren't quite main characters, but all the plushes, the frettles, those little creepy circus puppets from Sister Location, these things, the cupcake. We've gotten quite a few different little characters as well, so it's important to remember all those things in addition to the big characters. We're important too! Woohoo! Overall, I think this is a nice set. Definitely recreates pretty well a corner of the game in a lot of detail. Nice as opposed to some of those smaller sets, which really only give us a glimpse of a piece. This is definitely a little more fleshed out, and all the details are really spot on. Nightmare Foxy looks good. We've got a whole range of nightmares now, getting pretty close to finishing them out. But maybe in the next wave we'll see some other corners. With New York Toy Fair coming up in just a week or 2, we might get a little more news about any future sets, so cross your fingers and stay tuned.